Hello, welcome to turn 4 of Math Fun and Games. We're playing MBT, the basic scenario with the basic rule set. This is going to be the last turn. I think we're going to have I think it's turn 4, and I think we're going to have a resolution here pretty soon anyways. So the first thing we have is the spotting phase. Now let's take a look at this vehicle right here. Like those two vehicles, I see these trees and they're at level 1. These trees are at the tops of the trees are at level 3, so I don't think they're going to be able to see anything. Let me just run a line of sight out here just in case. Run a line of sight to this one and see. No, it cuts through a hex. Yeah, that's not going to be able to see anything. How about this unit back here? So they're because of the trees there, I have line of sight, so you don't have to worry about them. This unit right here, oops, I want to move it. Let's see if it's line of sight. I don't think it has line of sight. Let's check this unit right here. Nope, cuts through the trees, and those two obviously cut through the trees. How about this unit back here? Go to line of sight. Let's look at this unit right here. That is really, really, really close. I have to zoom in and see if that cuts that X. I think it barely nicks the trees, so I don't think it has line of sight. It's right there. We'll zoom in and take a really close look. All right, so if you look right there, it's out of line of sight. Barely, but it's out of line of sight of the units. Now let's check about the units on the hill. Is it can be seen by the units on the hill? Make adjustments. Go back a little bit more. I apologize for that phone. I want to move back a little bit more, so we'll make this to 25. Enter. All right, that's look. Yeah, so I want that one. We want the ones on the hill. Make sure I have this turned on. Let's check it. All right, so the units on the hill have a line of sight to both of those. And they did move. I don't know if they fired. I think they might have had a short haul. I have them for move. I'll just leave it. And likewise, those units on the hill are spotted by them. So as we go down below here, this unit at this level 1 terrain is spotted by that unit. Oh, well, let's take a look. How about this unit right here? Let's take a look and see if it's spotted. Okay, so it's not spotted by that unit because of the woods. How about that unit? I believe, yeah, it's spotted. It's spotted by that unit right there. So the rest of the Russian units, let's check these units down below. This unit right here is spotted by that vehicle. That unit is spotted by that vehicle. This unit, I'm not sure about. Let's take a look and check it out. So that one's right along that hex side, I believe. Take a look. Move that a little bit. Going from here to here. Now we're zooming in. Boom, boom. And that is spotted by them, so it's good to know. Move that back. All right, how about this guy right here? And that guy is spotted by him because it's on level. And we're almost done with the spotting phase. We have 2 units over here. This unit over here, I don't know if anybody has the line of sight to it. Let's check. So let's go back. And let's see if it's spotted. Yeah, these would be spotted by this guy right here. Both of them. Alrighty. Alright, so that's the spotting phase. Now we go on to the command phase. So these units on that hill over there, they're just going to get fire commands. They're going to stay there and they're going to fire. Let's pull out some commands. Game markers, fire command. So those 2 units are both going to have fire commands. So I'm just going to use. Now again, in the basic game, each vehicle has its own command. Why not? In the basic game, each vehicle has its own command. Okay, just had to take a brief break. So I had my rate of my LOS turned on. Okay, so they get fire. This unit right here. I'm going to have him. Ugh. They're going to have a good shot at him too. 1, 2. So it'd be 1, 2 down 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, somebody's still going to have a good shot. So he's just going to do maybe a short halt. Right there. And these Russian units down here. I'm just going to give them fire commands. Because right now it's pretty much a gun duel. And this gentleman right here, he's going to have a move command. You got it. All right. Now for the Americans. Those 2 units on a hill, move that up. They're obviously going to have a move command. Move across. All these units in the center here. This unit's going to have a fire command because he has a bunch of really cool targets. Let's move down. Oop. Yep. Fire command. And these 2 units on the left, him and him, they're both going to get the move command. And I'm going to pull back. This unit right here, it's going to get a fire command. Right here. I'm almost tempted to give one of these an Overwatch command just to I'm going to give this unit right here an Overwatch command. just for sake of showing what's going on. And that other unit, I'm going to give a move command. All right. Oops. Okay, there you go. All right, so that is the command phase. I think that I gave a command to every vehicle. All right, yeah, move, command, fire, move, move, move. Okay, so now I can remove all these spotting markers because I already did the spotting. Make sure this is off. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to do it manually. So, okay, so I removed all the spot commands because you only need the spot commands to determine who's spotted at the beginning of your turn. And the reason you need to know who's spotted is because you can only give a fire command to, or a short haul command to a unit that actually has a spotting unit. So over here on the left, you see the map board. You can see there's that one unit. There's 2 units there on a hill that's moving down that hill. There's 2 units over here to the right going for those forwards. There's a unit over here, the first sergeant's vehicle. And they got 2 units over here. Right here. Yes, no. Yep. And you get another unit over here going forward. All right. And then for the Russians, they don't have much. They have these 2 damage units on a hill. They have this unit, which is moving, which has a short halt. And they have a couple units over here, which are firing. Now is the all-important move phase. Now is the all-important initiative phase. So I'm going to roll United States initiative, NATO's initiative first. NATO rolled a 33, and then the Soviets rolled a 62. So the Soviets got lucky. The Soviets got initiative. And that could be huge for them. Let's look at the big picture. Okay, so let's move the map. Okay, so here are the Soviet units, and every Soviet unit has a fire command. So I'm going to fire the 2 damaged units on a hill first. Let's back off and go to 25%. Ooh, okay. Now let's move up. There we go. So are these going to go, they're each going to aim. Do I feel? Yeah, because if these units hit, they have sufficient firepower, and the M60s have such little armor that they will take it out and it will brew it up. So now if there was an issue, if I were to hit these vehicles and they would only be damaged, I would have my 2 fires on the same vehicle to see if I can take that vehicle out, get 2 damaged. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire. First, I'm going to fire at this vehicle, the vehicle that's more south, and I'm going to fire at the vehicle that's back a little bit. So now we got to check the range. Go to the last sight indicator. Over here, and we check the range. It is in range. Okay, so the range is 14. Go to the Soviets. They have a T-72 AV. 14 will be medium range. Then we look on the fire chart. So we have medium range. And I want to see if there's a size modifier on the American M60. That's the M1. Yes, there is a +1 size modifier for the M60A3. So let's do this right here. Target size +1. Does the target have a move command? And they don't. These actually have fire command. I don't know. Did I erase it accidentally, or did I not give them a command? All right, I don't think I gave them a command. I didn't give them the command. So they're going to have a no strictly if this was a face-to-face game, they would get a no command unless I feel generous. I'm feeling generous. I'm willing to give them a command, even though we're past the phase. So, but they're not moving anyways. They're just gonna have a fire command. So it'll be +1. They don't have any cover. The fire isn't doing a sure halt. The shooter is damaged. So it's gonna be +1 -3. It's gonna be -2, and that's it. So we're gonna have medium -2. So it's gonna be going to need a 40 to hit. And oh, just barely got it. Oh, so now we're going to compare the armor factor, the penetration factor at a range of medium. 86 is the penetration factor. The American front armor is 48. So that's a brew up. The Russians are getting lucky this turn. Well, actually, they're the Soviets. This isn't the Russian. I should. All right, they're Soviets. Now, damage, and they're going to be brewed up. Boom. I don't know why that brewed up marker's upside down. But anyways, next shot against this right here. Now, the question is, does the shot go through brew up smoke? That's a big question now. So let's set this to 23. I'll go back to 24.5. There we go. All right. So I want to check something. So this is the, okay, so the first vehicle we fired at, brew up smoke, wasn't enough. Right here, we're going right along a hex side. Brew up smoke is a factor. So it's going to be the same as before. Target moving, no. Target size +1, no cover. Shooter is damaged, -3. So now we have a -2. Brew up smoke, -2. So medium range, -4. So the second vehicle needs a 30 to hit. And 72. So the second vehicle is a miss. So I'm gonna use this same fire marker. Again, if this were a serious competition game, or if this were a competition game, I'd take it a little bit more seriously and not give that fire command, because I don't believe I gave it a command. But and I'm going to mark these units on that hill with a spotted marker for fire. Let's see. Unit markers, and I'll give them right here. I'm going to have to flip that over to its fired side. There we go. Okay, so those two fired. Now, oh yeah, we do have one Russian without a fire, just move. Okay, so he has a short halt. He's going to fire against this vehicle. The range is going to be from here to here. Range is 6. I believe that's short range. Yep. The range is short range. Any modifiers? The target modifier is +1 because it's an M60. And the unit is in scrub terrain. So I believe that's light cover. Let's check. Chart B, go to terrain, scrub. It may not be any. Yeah, light cover. Okay. So the only modifier, it's short range. No, it's point blank range actually. And the only modifier, +1 for target, -1 for cover. but we do have a short halt. The vehicle that's firing is at a short halt. So let's take a look. So I have to check the stabilization rating for the weapon. Stabilization of 3, so that's going to be -3. No, you're actually going to use the short halt modifier. I believe. Let's take a look at that chart and find out. Chart A. Yep, short halt stabilization 3 -3. So it's going to be a point blank range -3. So that vehicle is going to need a 63 or less to hit. Boom. And 10. And it hits. Now you're going to compare. And it's going to be brewed up because we already determined the penetration factor versus the armor factor. So I'm just going to mark that brewed up. And then I give this unit right here, well, the fire marker is flipped to move. And I give it a fire. I have to give it a fire marker to show that it fired for spotting. Right click, go to fire. Okay. All right. Rough turn for the Americans. These two units have fire. Now, if that unit had missed this, we could do, the Russians could do no more fire on it because they already announced their attacks on it. So, but it's dead, it's eliminated anyway. So these two units, all right, let's do this. Okay, that's going to be point blank range. This unit might not have a target, actually. Let's take a look. And that unit's going to be medium range, but they both have a target. I don't think I have a target over here. No. Okay, so they're both going to fire on that first vehicle over there. All right, so let's take a look. So the first one, I believe the first shots, we're going to have one shot at point blank range. Oops. We're going to have one shot at point blank range, and we're going to have another shot at one shot point blank range and another shot at medium range. I mean, short range. So let's take a look. The defender isn't in any cover. So let's do the point blank range first. So target size +1. Is the target moving? No, it's an overwatch. Is the target in cover? No. Are the attackers short halt? No. I don't see any other. Okay, no. So it's going to be a 90, and the second shot is going to be, no, it's actually going to be +1. So it's going to be a 99 and a 77. Wow. Okay. So the first shot is going to be at 99. And the first shot hits, and the second one, we don't even know what would have happened. Just for the hell of it. Oh, second shot hit. So they both would have hit it anyways. So that vehicle right there, I can remove that because I don't need that. And that is brewed up. Right click. Delete. Right click. Brewed up. All right. Let's go down. So this fire marker, I remove it. And I add a spot marker to both of these because they both fire. Spot and flip it to the fire side. Okay. Now in the advanced game, if you have small arms fire, you can flip that again and it can go to small arms fire. So, and that is it for the Russian fire phase. Now the American fire phase. And I think the Americans only have 2 vehicles at the moment. Yeah, the Americans only have 2 vehicles that can fire. somebody take that out? I think somebody did. Yep. So this vehicle can fire. Who's it going to fire at? Let's see. Rick can see, right? Oh yeah, that's the guy who took him out. So he's gonna. That's a moving target. But this other guy down here is in woods. It's more like orchards though, but let's take a look about this one. That's range 9, and the other one is range what? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So let's take a look at the data card. So that's a Humvee. Yeah. Okay. Let's do a track. There we go. All right, so 9 and 13. So the shot at 9 is going to be at short. It's going to be at short range. So that's the one I'm going to take. I'm going to take the closer shot. And the vehicle is in woods. So let's take the shot. So it's going to be at short range. Target size, no modifier. Is the target moving? No. The target is in medium cover, I believe, because it's in woods. Yep, medium cover. Excellent. Okay, so that's actually considered light woods. So that's going to be light. So that's going to be a +1 modifier. And my unit didn't move. It's going to be actually a -1 for light cover. Anything else? I don't believe so. All right. So it's going to be short, -1. It's going to need a 63 to hit. And it misses. Oof. Yeah, lucky turn for the Americans this time, huh? So that fire command goes away. It's replaced by a fire spotting marker. Right there. Fire. Excellent. Okay. Now, who else? I think I have one more American unit that can fire. Actually, I have 2. Oh, I have just one more. Yeah, one more American unit that can fire. Oh, this is way closer than it could have been. All right. Let's pull this up and go to 24. Visitors 23. Okay. So this unit can definitely see one of these units on the top of the hill. So that's who I'm going to be firing at. Check the range. Oops. I think I saw the range was 15. I'll do that again. Down. Range of 15. M60, A3. So that is medium range. And let's do this. So we got medium range, target size, there's no modifier, target moving, nope. Target cover, nope. Short halt, nope. Short halt? No, it's fire. Is assured damage, suppressed. Is it firing through brew up smoke? Yes, it is. So it's going to be -2. So far, all we got is a -2 to hit. Anything else? Nope, -2, so it's medium. So I need a 35 to hit. Oof, that's a tough shot. Oh, and so that's another damage. So the second damage, and that tank is knocked out. So I have to remove that. Move that over there. And that has to, we have to replace that when we're knocked out marker because that's the second damage. And again, the reason we have damage, we take a look. I'm going slowly just to describe this. So medium range, the penetration is 86. And then you go to the target armor. We go all the way to the bottom over here, bottom left, 85. A6 minus A5 is 1. So the penetration's greater than the armor by 1. Then we go to the combat effects, and we go to base AP versus A. Penetration factor is equal to greater than the armor factor by 1, so it gets a damage hit. And the second damage hit is that tank vehicle gets knocked out. So I need a knockout marker. Let's see if I have one over here. Game markers, unit markers. There you go, knocked out. Put that right there. Okay, good. So that's it for that. And I replace. So on the firing unit, I'm going to replace its fire command. I'm going to change that to a spotted command, to a spotted marker. It'll have to be a spotted fire marker. And again, the reason we do that is because in order for a unit to get, when we have the spotting phase, the only way a unit can get a fire command or a short haul command is if it has a unit in sight. And the reason we have to mark it spotted fire is because that's just saying it fired and it's easier to see. I would put on the movement side if it was moving. Okay, so do I have any more American vehicles that can fire? No. Okay. So now we're going to the movement phase. Now, the movement phase, the second player moves first. So the American player is going to move first. I have 3 units that can move. I have 1 here and 2 here. Is that Ford? I believe that's a Ford. Let's click it. Okay, so that is a Ford. So they're going to want to move forward and up. So I'm going to move this one first. Oh. So it's on the Ford. It's going to turn right. And it has a 5 moving factor of 5. So 1, 2. It's going to have to spend 1 point. 3, 4, and 5. And then I mark that with spotted move command. Oh, I like that position right there because now that's a good defensive position because I'm within all that brew up smoke. So next vehicle, is that vehicle going to go with it? Or do I want it to get into the fray? Movement factor of 5. Do I turn it around? Yeah, I'm going to get into the fray. No, it's going to join its companion unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get a free turn. And I'm not going to have it. It can move forward to the same hex that its companion unit is in, but I'm not going to move it forward. So there's a delete. I want to put a move marker on it. Move spot marker. Okay. There we go. And I have 1 more move marker. Because I said this is the last turn, so this unit is going to have to turn around. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to have to turn 1, 2. So it's going to 2, 3, right hand turn, 4, and it's just going to stop on the bridge. And I believe that's it for the American move turn. X. And I have to place a spotted move marker on that 1, 2. There we go. All right. Now we're rolling. So now the Russians' turn. I think the Russian only has, well, the Russian has 2 units that can move. And that unit is on a path, which is good. So it can move 9. So it's gonna, oops, it's gonna turn. So I want both of these. Okay. So it's going to turn to the left. Now, if you're on a road, you can turn into the direction that the road is traveling on. But at the very end, you have to end up facing the direction of the road. So that didn't cost anything. 1, 2, 3, return, 4, 5, return, 6, and I'll claim that hex. Don't move on. 7, 8, 9. Oh, is it to my advantage to move forward in this situation? I'm going to keep it there because it'll be in point blank range. Well, if I was doing a next turn, what I would do is I would put that unit in Overwatch. The reason I would put that in Overwatch, put a move marker on it, move spot. The reason I put that in Overwatch is right now it would have a really good shot at that vehicle, that M60A3. But if that M60A3 moved forward at all, then it could have a shot at it. So right now it'd be a bad shot, because if the next turn, if it just have to give it a fire command, it would have to go through brew up smoke. However, if I put in Overwatch and this unit moves, then I could fire on as it's either coming out of the smoke over here or going on to that victory point location over there. So that's why I did that. And we have a unit with a short halt right here. All right. Road movement rate's 14 divided by 2, 7. Where would I go with him? I mean, I am going to save the configuration of this, and I might in the future play it out and do a turn 5. So I'm going to save it after this game, but right now I want to do a different game, and I want to add a couple more rules. So next video is probably will be the same scenario, but I might add a couple rules to it. Particularly, I like the command rules where each side gets a different amount of commands. Right now, each side gets 1 command per tank. But using the advanced rule, the command rule, you only get a certain number of commands, and you have to decide how to use them. So I have to figure out right here what I'm going to do with him. Ooh, he's gonna try to get. He's going to try to defend his left side because there's 2 vehicles coming up. Now, what's his movement? If cross country, he's only going to be moving 3. And he's going to have to go downhill. So, so you can turn back here 1. So what he's going to do this. He's going to go left 1. That doesn't cost anything. Left another one. That costs 1. So it's 1. Now he has 2 more points left. And that terrain, I think, is brush. Hopefully he has enough. Now, if he were to go down that hill, he would have to stop because there's 2 for going down a hill. So he would have to stop if he went that right downhill. I'm going to zoom in. All right. I'm zooming in. Zoom in some more. Okay. So if he were to go into this hex, P1, he would be going downhill. So it's +2, +1 for the hex he's entered. And that's really not an advantageous point. Over here, if he goes to this hex, he's in brush, so he has some cover, plus he has a little bit of a height advantage. And I'm looking at him defending against those 2 vehicles. Oh, I keep moving in. Let's move back. All right. I'm looking at having him defend my left against those 2 vehicles that are on the left. This one and that one. So I want to put him in the best position possible. Now that's brush. I want to check to see the factor for brush. And let's see. I believe it's so scrub and brush. Brush. So brush is 1. So it says brush is 1. I think I may be confusing brush and scrub. I'll have to look at the pictures. One moment. Okay. So the heavy terrain. All right, see this light stuff right here? The light stuff is brush. And you look at this heavy stuff, and I'm looking at the rules. This is scrub. So what he's moving into, he's actually moving into scrub, and scrub will cost 2 to enter, whereas brush only costs 1 to enter. So he did 1 for the turn, 2, and he gets a free shift to the right. Wait a minute. I want to turn him pivot clockwise there. So he's now, I'm going to move that. Right click. He's done. So he's set up right now in a decent position. All right, so I'm going to pull out. So I believe that's it. That's it for that phase. Oh, wait, we got one more. I neglected to move this guy over here. All right. He is movement area 5. Oops. He's going downhill, so it's 2 to go down, plus 1 to enter the hex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I gotta mark him with the move marker. And that's it. Spotted marker, spotted move marker. Okay, so that's it for this turn, turn 4. Let's see, where are we on turn? 43 minutes. This is a long game. So that's it for turn 4. Next game, so let's just take a look at the hexes. So the Americans control. There's a victory point hex here. There was one here. I think those 2 went together. And I think I moved the victory point marker when I moved. Yeah. So those 2 go together, and there is a certain number of points. It's in the rule book. It's in the playbook. I can look it up right now if I wanted to. But so Americans control that one. Americans control this one. So they control those. The Russians control this point right here. And then you have the amount of eliminated units. So how many Russian units have been locked out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Russian units. 7 Russian units, and how many American units have been knocked out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 American units. 9 American units have been knocked out. So It's fairly even. I can do the exact calculations. Let me do the exact calculations for that. Okay. So if I were to stop the game at this point, the NATO would win 706 to 442. As far as bridges are concerned, in order to get victory points, you have to control this bridge and this bridge. And the Americans, it's split. Well, actually, no one owns this bridge because you have to spend an entire turn on it to claim it. And I'm not even sure about this one if Americans will spend an entire turn on it. Now, over here on the right, no one has points for that forward. But over here on the left, there was an American on that for a full turn. And right now there's an American on it. So I gave it to the Americans. Actually, I don't know if I had a unit on that for the full turn, but either way, the Americans would be the winners. Even without claiming any of the bridges, NATO would be 506. It'd be 506 to 442. All right, next time I'm going to possibly play this same scenario, possibly add rules, but there will definitely be an MBT next game, and I will be adding some of the advanced rules that little by little I'm adding more and more rules. Hopefully this game that I'm finishing today cleared some things up. And next game I'm going to go a little bit faster, except for the areas where the things that we already covered as far as movement is concerned. A lot of things we've already covered in the commands. Or the fire. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over them. I'm just going to spend more time going over the new rules as I encounter them. All right, that's all. Thank you very much for listening, and you